Hello and welcome to the Dwarves. This is another stream by my beautiful self working on behalf of Hollywood Metal. And here we are. Not a lot known about this actually thus far. This is my first time getting to grips with the game. Sponsored it on Kickstarter, I think 2 years ago. It's been a while. And here we are. Girdlegard. Yeah, no, I'm liking the fantasy names already. It's ogres
and all the other beasts of
Tayon.
We are the guardians of Girdlegard. We
Girdlegard
of the divine smith.
I'm liking it.
We are the dwarves.
Classic cut there into a loading screen. Yeah. We had a loading screen into a short animation into a loading screen. How many loading screens do you reckon we've got left before we actually get some gameplay? It's 2 so far, which isn't actually that many. In fairness, I'm probably being a bit harsh there. Come on. Alright. Now we're in. All the game to try with the space, but the camera is at standard controls. Right. Okay, move the camera. Hang on. Alright, no, that's my own fault. I didn't pay attention how to move the camera. No, I don't actually know. Okay, alright, so like here's in the storm controls, but yeah. Is it middle mouse? Yeah, it is middle mouse button. Alright, so guy just kind of attacks. Mighty blow, charge, and leap. Alright, so he just fucks 2 guys up basically. Great. Okay. Okay, so it's quite yeah, as what I understand it, it's like quite a that is definitely not the camera angle for me. From what I understand, it's quite a like physics-based am I rolling out? Camera's a bit of a pain in the ass thus far, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. The controls were on the screen, I'll let you find out that that's definitely my own fault. Okay, yeah, no. What it offers, the point of this game, as I understand it, is the like physics-based group combat, like where unit collision and you can like shove mobs about and things like that, and it's the fucking edge. That is the no, I'm just down for a while. Okay, yeah, eat shit. I should probably get back over there.
Come here, you.
Yeah, where like you bash each other about and it's very like physical. I can see this system working quite well for every game that involves dwarves and orcs involves fucking dwarves being iron hard bastard and orcs being big soggy losers who have to bring 1,000 of their mates to a fight to make it fucking fair. So I'm looking forward to the sweet grenades. They're not going to grenades.
I'd be happy to pass on this present to the
greenskins. Oh, goody. Oh, 10 of them. I'm hacking my way into that. Fucking hell. Oh, and of course, because I'm knocking them into us, they've actually got a bit of an advantage now. They've enlarged the fucking what's it called? The shield wall of pushing them forwards. My sweet axes with my sweet fucking grenades. No, I'm enjoying this so far. Like, if this is how it's gonna happen, the very like clumsy. I assumed there'd be more characters. I'm assuming that'll come in later. I've been playing it for about 2 minutes. This is the single player tutorial, I'm imagining. Can I just keep flogging grenades at nerds? Yeah, I can. 5 of them. Oh, nice. It's very pretty! Yeah, you a fucking crawl.
My king,
Like, the
are you
models are
doing
quite good,
Isn't
considering
that
that...
I, the
it's
father
like,
of the Fifthling clan, has not been on the front line of battle against the creatures of Tion for many
I love
cycles.
exposition. You gotta
The
have
king
exposition in
surveys the
fantasy games. It
battlefield
wouldn't be
and the
fantasy
defenders
otherwise.
with a
If
grave
people and
expression.
characters just acted fucking natural all the goddamn time, and
We
no one
are too
stopped you
few.
to remind you that everyone's brother.
This you know as well as he does. But there will be no reinforcements arriving. Hundreds of brave warriors lie inside the fortress dying. The illness is running rampant. It brings weakness and death.
Stay at your posts. Be as steadfast as the granite of which we are made. Nothing can break
Oh, he's
us.
nice.
Vrakas is with us.
I do like the aesthetic that fucking hell that dwarves tend to have, which is the very... Oh shit, I'm the king now. Nice. What is it? Oh, hello. Oh, I can swipe my... Oh, I swipe my mates around there. Well, that's probably going to be less than optimal later. What's that? Oh, no! Alright, no, I just hit my own guy. I'm a king. I'll hit... If I want to fucking bring it down... Out of it, you bastards. If I want to just bring it down on my mates, that's what I'll do. I'm a king. I've got the fucking cloak and everything. I do like how the king, the guy who you would assume would be like something of a target and therefore have the most investment in not having having the shield, is the guy who's just gonna be like, nah, fuck it, just give me a hammer. Just I'll kill him faster than they can stab me. Which is, you know, probably not a bad strategy if you're fighting goblins, the shittest of all fantasy combatants. Second, I think, to hobbits, and the worst in the world. Fucking, what's that? And so motivates himself nearby here. Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. Okay. So like an attack speed button, basically.
Come here and die. It will be so.
Alright, so that just stuns then.
Over there, that.
I don't want to knock all my mates off the bridge. Which I'm pretty confident is a thing you can do in this. Like, I'm reasonably sure I've seen Let's Plays of this from, like, earlier in development, where people have just been able to sweep one of the player characters off the bridge, and then the game is over, because, you know, you killed one of the player characters by throwing him to his death at level fucking 0.1. Is what the tutorials fucking are. Oh, he just kind of sprints. The guy got stuck in front of him though, so he couldn't stop advancing. And obviously, because of the sweet physics. Get out of there, you bastards.
Come here and die. No, not yet.
Alright. Oh, okay. But how do I gain those little... Yeah, you need to have a certain number of these little, like, power things. To, oh, and you can swap. Oh! I've just been down here, have I, the whole time? Get up. Does he have his own mates then? Or am I just gonna waddle my way through? Oh, I can jump down. Nice. Oh yeah, he's probably not gonna do too well. Not that way. See if I can this fucking king can offer any assistance. Yeah, no, like just the way the combat feels, it's quite like killing a goblin is quite slow, but you're like your bigger abilities. Just do that. Yes. Use pause and give commands several here. Oh, okay, so it's like it's not about like hacking them down before they can hurt you. It's about they can't really hurt you. Like, it's I'm imagining this combat system will be explored in some more depth as, like, new abilities. So far, quite like it. Like a very basic, like, this is how dwarves fight orcs, I imagine. And that it's just a very fucking... For the dwarves, it's more of a battle of attrition, whether there is enough fucking goblins and what have you to kill them, rather than the goblins being an actual fucking threat by themselves. Just knocking these dickheads about. Keep buffing your mates.
my way!
And stay dead!
Oh yeah, the candles aren't. I've just been attacking goblins. I imagine, in retrospect, that the goblins probably come back when you defeat them. So I've just been wasting my own time and yours, dear fucking watcher.
Another one!
Dear content consumer. I hate the term of this fucking
Yes?
modern world where everything's content and fucking consumation. Bullshit is what it is. Let's see if I can grenade. Oh, that wasn't a grenade, that was a jump. Okay. Just grenade.
Hammer time!
Grenade. Oh, they just all fell down.
These are the ones who attacked us in the tunnels. We suffered great losses beating them back.
Is that an elf or a dark elf?
Come here and I'll
Start to tell
split
some
you
of the
like a straw!
He's wearing dark
You
clothes,
torture
but some elves are just
In his
dicks.
fury, the old king radiates a ferocious power.
And this is
that
a
none of
new fantasy
Satania's
works,
children
actually.
could withstand.
I've not actually read any of
But the
the books
slight,
or anything
willowy
associated with
being
this.
sitting astride the shadow
Smooth
mare
face.
just grins down, mockingly.
You are mistaken. We are Alpha. We are here to destroy the elves.
All peace-loving beings here in Girdlegard are under our protection, and you cannot open the gate that has barred your path into Girdlegard since the creation of the world.
Not us, but perhaps one of your kind.
Is he doing some... Is that like a spell, or does it just sense him?
Silence, you fool!
Something's going on there.
Fracas.
There's a...
Forgive me for what I am about to do.
You're gonna murder that lad. He's gonna murder... He's the lad. Yeah.
Quickly!
Maybe he brought another
Information!
axe.
You must hold them back until I close the gate!
Ah, so the fucking... I didn't even know the elfin are trying to get into Girdlegard. Fucking... I do love fantasy naming bullshit. It's genuinely tremendous. See if I can knock some lads through.
Not possible right now.
Get out of here. Yeah, I just have to... How is this... Like, I don't understand how this particular section of the... I suppose it's the tutorial, so it doesn't have to be challenging. But stand there and don't let orcs past you is 90% of what dwarves are good at in the first place, so this isn't going to be much of a challenge yet. Ugh. I hope this game is more than a series of very small fucking set pieces where you beat goblins up, because I can see that getting quite tiring. And this has a lot of potential, actually, I think. Like, admittedly, fantasy names in a fantasy land, Girdlegard isn't the fucking...
On my way.
It's not going to change the goddamn world. But, I don't know, there's been a lot... Oh! Nearly ran off the fucking edge. I think I sent a goblin to his death there.
Charge.
See, I'm just trying to knock dudes off the edge here, and I'm not fucking succeeding. Very nice armor textures. Shiny and fucking... Yeah. Freezing for a second? There we are. Fine. Fucking hell. Are there any archers at all? Fucking... I'll wick with them. Huh. Ah, okay.
Look at me. I am Syntheras, the Reaper of your death. I will take your life, and the land will take your soul.
What's up with his
Get
chin?
out of my sight.
He's got that...
pointy
What the
ears.
There's a fucking...
Let me right at the closed gate.
He's got a fucking graphical glitch coming out the bottom of his head that's just piercing
But
the
when you
fucking
rise
universe.
again from the dead by the
Which is a
power
shame, because I was
of
about to
the
say how nice that
you
fucking
will be
texture
one of
is.
us,
Beautiful
and
little
you will
elfy face.
open it.
Never. My soul belongs to Rakas.
No. Your soul now belongs to the land, and henceforth you will belong to it forever. Now die, and return. Then hand us Girdlegard.
Shout out his own intestines there. It's a hell of a way to go. Okay, so that was the section of the game where you get to play some quite high-level characters. And that drops you into some quite low-level characters, and you get to experience the joy of returning to your peak, while getting to experience all the more complex fucking shit that you're gonna get later on in the game. You missed that. You didn't even hit that, mate.
You're a perfectionist, Tungdale Bolafar.
He fucking missed!
I've got a reputation to uphold. If you can't rely on the metalwork of a dwarf, what can you rely on?
Oh, do I get to be shitty or do I get to be nice?
What can I do for you?
For me, nothing. It's Lot Yonan. He wants to see you in his study.
In your mind, you go through all the recent incidents that might have annoyed the Magus. Apart from a few little squabbles with his famuli, nothing worth mentioning happened since the incident with your beard.
Ah,
You
the hint
nod.
as to why he doesn't have a great big bushy beard.
You look dreadful.
What a charmer.
Yep.
The maid gives you an ironic, reprimanding scowl.
Fair.
Ikana has been crying half the night.
When you were teething, I carried you around the vaults. You played with my beard and I sang you to sleep.
Frala smiles.
Oh.
She's heard this story many times before.
That was 23 cycles ago. But I'm quite sure you didn't sing. You might have grumbled a bit.
If what you've read about the dwarven lifespan is true, it will be another 300 sun cycles and more before you are called to the Eternal Forge. The certainty of one day having to witness Frala's death already burdens your heart.
I'd better not keep the Magus waiting.
See you later.
Awkward
There's
fucking run
goulash for
animation there
dinner.
for a second. Oh, mint goulash. Fucking yes. What's that? I'm just fiddling. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, if I'm gonna go and talk to my boss, I'm going fucking armed.
Hey, groundling! Come to the kitchen, we need you.
Jolison, a 4th degree famulus and your favorite foe among the students of magic, gives you a disparaging glance and disappears.
Do I just live in a
without
fucking,
waiting
like,
for
a
your
magical... Am I a dwarf living in a magical university? Because I can't think of a less good way to fucking live.
Or the goulash will get burnt!
You immediately recognize what the problem is. A chain running over a pulley for positioning the cauldron is detached from its mounting and the cauldron stuck in the fireplace.
Oh my word.
It's a heavy load and none of the famuli, who feel superior even during kitchen duty, dare do anything. They might burn their fingers, or even get a bit dirty.
Ah, okay, I'm a dwarf, so fuck it. Fucking anti-dwarf sentiment. Pillaging the fucking towers of learning.
It'd be a waste of goulash. And I'm hungry. Here, hold this. Do you remember when you dyed my beard with some magic spell? I had to shave it off.
You stroke your beard, which is unusually short for a dwarf.
Damn it! Ah, it's heavy!
The young human forces through his pursed lips, letting the pot
I'm gonna
settle.
torture this fucker.
Don't you dare ruin my goulash, boy!
The cook with beefy forearms glares at the young man, and after a brief moment, he tries harder.
Yeah, fuck you.
With as much concern in your voice as you can muster, you say,
Oh, no, no, this doesn't look good.
you're pleased to notice he's dripping with sweat.
I'll get you back for this, groundling!
I'm sure you will attempt it, you miserable fuck.
You damned freak!
For a moment, you hope the famulus really does raise his hand to you. But then he comes to his senses and leaves the kitchen, his face...
And his
bright
little
red.
animation, he looks like he's wearing armor, doesn't he?
There you are.
Like, maybe it's just me, but he looks like he's wearing fucking Roman armor down there. Check out that
Vegetables,
sweet
bread, cheese, but the cook is not to be trifled with. Many painful knuckles have taught you that she knows how to handle her heavy wooden spoon, and that she may possibly have eyes in the back of her head.
Right. Do I have to go and talk to some knobhead somewhere? I certainly... Go for some food. Fuck it.
The blacksmith. Do you want something?
Did a horse bolt while you were trying to shoe it? It's certainly not on our plates.
Oh, okay. You're just being fucking smug at me. Cool. Yeah, so far quite fucking, quite fucking calm in pace. Where am I going to be? It's over there. It's the traditional early RPG level where you... No, that's where I came from. It's the traditional early RPG level where you don't know where the fuck you're meant to go. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Big fucking door. Just wandering? Yep. Yeah, no, I always enjoy the early level where you just poke about in a room and it doesn't really tie in very much with anything else. It's just there to let you know that it's not always fighting. Because they can't just drop you into a fight, can they? They can't just start the game where it gets interesting. No. You've got to do the weird bit at the beginning where you fuss around and meet your friends.
Master Yonan,
they're going to die.
You wish to speak with me.
Everyone I meet will die. He's going to die.
There is a bag over there in the cupboard. Take it out.
He's already
please.
halfway there by himself, and he's not done it yet.
Artifacts belonging to my former famulus Goren. I wish to return them to him. He's in Black Saddle, 300 miles
Alright, I'll
away.
get there, and he'll be like, oh, didn't the man tell you why you're here? And then he'll be dead, and I'll have to figure it out. It'll be a riddle or some kind, and I'll stab a man, or he'll get robbed on the way.
This journey. You have acquired much knowledge. You are almost a scholar. You know more than most famuli about Girdlegard and its inhabitants.
I love Girdlegard.
It's time for you to
I love Girdlegard, the name for a place. It sounds like something you put on a fucking corset. It's great.
With pleasure.
It's like fucking something ladies will wear, and there's something with plate mail on it. It's mint. Fucking bikini armor. Girdleguards. Nice. What is
What's in the bag?
Magical devices. You better leave the bag closed if you want to avoid any accidents. Dwarves don't really like magic.
Dwarves?
Fucking
alright.
Like
just all dwarves. Just the race of dwarves.
So much craftsmanship that there's no space left in our bodies for magic.
Strictly
people
speaking,
don't like spices.
every time
Dwarves don't like. It's that kind of fucking. It's that kind of old-fashioned fucking. It's that kind of old-fashioned view. I mean, the magical intellectual community that has left
Perhaps
you
I'll
in
meet
this
some
fucking
dwarves on my
state. I
travels.
bet there's 7, 8. I bet there's fucking a shortage of wizards in this
much
world as
hope.
well.
And be
There's
careful
only
who you talk
tedious
to.
old
Not
fucks like
everyone
him
out
get
there
to
likes dwarves.
Jesus Christ, can you imagine?
They abduct baby dwarves and sell them to magi, from what I've heard.
Not the best bit of business I've ever done. But what was I to do? The Longnoses threatened to throw you into the nearest river.
Oh, I was... Okay, you bought me from a
Be
goblin.
on your guard.
Cool.
Look after the bag and don't lose it. May Palandiel be with you. And Varakas too, of course.
He's got a weird... His face is creeping me out, to be honest. Saggy. Am I off on my magical adventure, then? So, yeah. Very kind of generic, which I suppose is to be expected. Tolkien kind of fucking wrote the book about what fantasy was meant. Literally the 3 books, really, about what fantasy fucking was. Have I gotten a... Yeah... Quest log. The rucksack with some magical intent to farm us. Right. I meant to grab some food or something, I imagine. Just want to go. I've got the rucksack. Just leave. On a quest of some variety?
Just as you reach the door, your stomach rumbles. It's not even noon yet, and you think you're going to survive a...
You have me there, careful elderly lady voice. You have me there. There's a plate there, just fucking mounted on the wall. Like a presentation plate for a fucking bird or something. It's odd.
Hello, Frala.
Hmm?
Give me some food, love. Do I have
I've got a present for you.
You take out a symbol of protection that you've carefully made from 3 horseshoe nails.
I did have a present for her. Thank God for that, because I did not know when I clicked that fucking button.
One look at Frala's face makes it clear that it doesn't matter. She glows with happiness as she takes the pendant.
For me? But why?
No one knows.
Because you don't see me as an oddity, and you're like a little sister to me.
You could have said.
But didn't!
But you said
so that voice acting was a lie. It was an unnecessary fucking jibe, though.
I need provisions.
How dare you
for
voice act
300 miles.
You're grinning from ear to ear. Finally, you've got the chance to see something of the world.
300? Tungdil, that's no errand. That's an epic journey. Wait, I've got just the right thing. But make sure the cook doesn't see.
I'm going to Blacksaddle to
Just
return
give-
a few
just
things to
an
a former
onion.
apprentice
It's just
in
a
the
bit. She's
Magus.
likes
You pocket
onions.
the rye bread, sausages, and ham. Enough food for the first few days of your journey.
Perhaps I'll even meet some dwarves on the way.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that'd
those
be
are
cool.
cautious
It'll never
glance.
happen.
It's
of
a tricky
course.
subject that you
We'll just
can't
go
help
there
but
and it'll
broach.
be fine. I'll
There
hand the stuff over and
aren't
come back
dwarves
and
down
then
here.
return
You're the
as
only
a
one who
blacksmith
made us
for the
lane,
rest
as far
of
as
my
we
life.
know.
Yep.
I
see?
know, but I can't just have been born out of a rock. Somewhere in the mountains, I have a clan. Maybe even a family.
Yes.
No, your clan is right
Maybe.
here. You
Frala has
literally.
reminded you more than once that Lot Yonan wrote to the dwarf clans, and none of them were missing a dwarf boy.
I have to go. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
Do I have
I
to
wish
go?
you
Oh,
the
cool.
blessing of
All right.
Palandiel and Vracus to protect you from all danger in your journey. Here, a talisman. Whenever you look at it, think of me.
Frala winks at you mischievously.
And of getting me a nice present.
Oh, Frala. Da-da-da. I'm off. So yeah, thus far, just fucking gobbling about. It's very fucking... The fuck is that? Oh, there's bits of rock. Little map. Some quite nice set dressing here. Like, none of these are repeated. They're all little... The little chambers on the wall. They're all unique, which is quite nice. Yeah. Who knows, there might be a fight in a bit. I mean, not on this particular journey. I imagine I'll go out, handle the thing over, come back, and then settle into my nice normal life, and then maybe 100 years later... Oh. Cutscene... Jesus Christ, look at his face!
To see you again, Lot Yonan.
That's how the other guy's face is creepy. Christ!
Age since we last met.
He's like a slug in a man suit. Fucking hell.
Odin, welcome. Please,
like pudding.
Sit down.
No, thank you, my friend. These are urgent matters.
I can't
and
rest
don't
my
have much
jowls
time.
even for an instant.
You must come to Dios Newton immediately. The perished land is stirring.
It's not perished at all. It was just nothing. We were
I
fools.
found out about 60
Jowly,
orbits
weird-faced
ago during a
fools.
visit to the borders. Our magical barriers have weakened and become porous. The Elfar have left their land.
He's just peeking at all my shit. He's like the
have
worst
marched into
guy. He's just the
Girdlegard.
worst fucking house
Were you
ghost.
able to strengthen the spell with your magic?
No, I can't repair the damage alone. We need the combined power of the six.
Like, obviously
The
he's a
other
villain
four
because
are
he's,
already
like,
on their way
physically
here,
grotesque.
But we need
And
your
physically
help
grotesque
too.
people do not get to be heroes
I
in
will set
fantasy
off for
worlds.
Parista without delay.
Otherwise, orcs would be heroes.
And as you're coming, could you also take the opportunity to bring back the things that I lent to you?
Of course.
Just take him.
I have them already
Just
packed in
fucking...
the bag.
You're here now.
Oh, thank you.
Pick him up in your fucking
We'll
hand and
be
teleport with him.
expecting you.
Wankstain. Unless he's like a hologram or some shit. In which case, how could he turn that paper? This whole thing is bullshit. Get out of here, you jowly fuck. Ugh.
Utterly blinded by the sunlight,
Oh, I'm in-
you squeeze your
Oh,
eyes
no.
tightly shut after only a few steps. The time spent underground has made you so sensitive to light that you're forced to seek shelter in the shade of a mighty oak.
Oh, alright, yep. Okay. Let's kind of go. Alright.
You reach a small lake by a birchwood. Your feet hurt and your eyes still sting in the unaccustomed sunlight.
I'm going
But a
here.
smile spreads across your face nonetheless.
Yeah, black saddle.
You've covered a decent distance on the first day of your big journey. You pitch your camp and lie down to sleep on the hard forest floor. When you awake,
It's quite
in
a
the morning,
large area
your
that I'm gonna
legs
be,
are stiff and achy.
dicking
Trying not
about,
to feel
innit?
sorry for yourself, you
Wonder if
throw
I'll
your
end up
rucksack
over
over
here.
your shoulder. You're a dwarf, and dwarves don't complain.
That's why I've got such a high suicide rate down in them mines. I want to talk to you.
Around midday, with the sun high in the sky and the first beads of sweat appearing on your forehead, you see something move next to the road, a few hundred meters ahead. Some crows are pecking at something in the long grass. The creaking leather armor, the clattering rucksack, and a dwarf's inability
You're
to be
shit
quiet
at
makes
sneaking,
the
you
crows
fool.
flap around as you move from one bush to another. You give up trying to be stealthy, stand up straight, and see two human bodies in the flattened grass.
Well, I guess I'll get a bit further on map of visions than I thought. Would it be cannibalism if a dwarf ate a human? Like, they're not the same race, so like, could a dwarf eat a human? Would you get ill in the same way that like people get ill from cannibalism, or would it not be a thing? Like, would it just be fine?
You don't see any signs of a struggle in the area where the corpses are lying. Were they stabbed by a companion? A stranger could hardly have crept up.
I mean, if I can't sneak up, I don't have a dwarf. What chance has anyone else?
You look down on a tall, broadly built man. He's wearing dark brown leather armor that is strengthened with iron plates. There's a sword lying next to him. Was he trying to defend himself against something? Or someone? There is no blood on the sword.
Probably not. I mean, oh shit, there's that guy as well. Blended in there, he did. Yeah,
there are some narrow stab wounds in the man's chest. The cuts are too big to have been made by arrows, but too small for sword
So
wounds.
they're either very small swords, or very big
man
arrows.
Lies in front of you, dressed in an expensive
Maybe
robe.
someone's tying daggers
It
to
is in the
sticks,
colours of
and they've just
Turgard
fucking
Fairfest,
revolutionised the
one of the
fantasy
6
war game.
magi. The dead man must be one of Turgur's famuli. You don't see any wounds.
Her name is too close to Tugger for my fucking pleasure.
The man
like
has
a
the
right
same
wanker.
incisions. It's clear that both men were killed by the same weapon.
Joke. I'm
But
sorry
what
for
that
it.
weapon might be, you cannot say.
Daggers on sticks. I'm warning you right now. Fantasy war has changed forever.
A rucksack that probably belonged to one of the dead. It seems to have been searched and then thrown away
It'll be
carelessly.
filled with letters between them saying, "Oh, I think I'm going to get stabbed by a guy."
You
He's
find
figured
a
out how
few
to put
implements,
daggers on
some
sticks. He's going
provisions,
to conquer the
and a
world,
map.
and then he died.
A route is drawn on it from Parista, Nudin's capital, to Lot-Yonan's vaults.
Well, I guess someone wanted to go to Parista?
You scour the area once more and ask yourself what to do next.
Yeah, I do. Is there anything else here that I should fucking be fucking checking out? Oh, there's a bush I can examine. Exciting. I don't know how I was meant to know to examine that particular bush.
Nothing.
Okay, excellent. Just gonna waggle my mouse about the screen, see if I can pick anything up. There's mystery here somewhere. I'm going to poke at it in a kind of brute forcey approach. Nah, there's fucking no. Alright. Just that one mysterious
You scour
bush.
the area one.
No, I'll tell you what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, I'll bury him. I mean, after I've eaten him, of course. I don't know, like, could dwarves eat human flesh
Time-consuming
and be
strenuous
fine?
work digging shallow graves in the ground with a stick and covering the corpses with a few stones. But it should at least keep the crows from their
In
feasting for a
retrospect,
while.
that's probably just a bit spiteful.
You continue on your way so as to put a few more miles between you and your grisly find before night falls. As the gable end of a small farmhouse and a barn appear from behind a hilltop, you hear the loud cries of children at play. A girl runs along the path laughing, followed by a small boy with a big stick in his hand. The boy is trying to catch up his sister with a determined look on his face, but is finding it difficult to keep his short legs under control on the uneven
He's
path.
just killed his parents. He wants to inherit the farm, but he's realised she's older than he is.
You walk towards the children. As you raise your hand to greet them, the boy catches sight of you. His eyes grow wide, and he points to you with a chubby little finger.
I'm just like a short. I'm just a short, amicable man. I don't.
Now the girl
are people going to be
has
shitty
turned
to
face
me?
you too. Before you can say a word, she lifts her little brother up into her arms
Alright.
and runs screaming towards the farmhouse.
Yeah, well, no, I'm
Without
investigating
rushing,
this shit.
You follow the children to the farmhouse, into which they've disappeared. After a few moments, they reappear, accompanied by their
Word, your
parents.
children are yelling at me, and
Their
no
father
good
is a
reason.
thick-set man with grey hair.
I am Opatia. This is my wife, Remsa.
The blonde
We've got
woman
fantasy
nods a
names.
greeting
We were married
almost
in the fantasy
imperceptibly
church.
and clasps her daughter tightly to her. She looks you
I'm
over
not gonna
with an
fucking
anxious
murder.
expression.
Jesus Christ!
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Tungdal.
You try to make your voice sound as
Oh, my name is
harmless as
Tungdal.
possible.
Over the last few days, have you seen two travelers heading east?
Opatia looks at his wife, but she shakes her head.
Why do you ask?
I found them. Two dead bodies on the side of the road. A good day's march east from here.
Dead bodies?
She hastily covers her son's ears.
Was it orcs?
Remsa, what would orcs be doing up here? It was probably just bandits.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, orcs will murder you and eat you. Bandits will just murder you. It's fine.
I'm sorry if I scared your wife and children.
The man waves dismissively.
No. It's just that my fair woman is especially jumpy these days.
She got eaten by orcs.
The orcs have been
I put her back
spotted near
together. She's
Farmstead.
bad.
You should take it more
Messed her up.
seriously.
The farmer's wife clutches her daughter even tighter before the girl finally protests.
Crushes the very
The boy
bones
steps
from her.
forward excitedly and cuts the air with his stick.
If strangers come, we're supposed to run
Hold on,
away,
wife.
but I can hit them too.
How did that?
Opatia pats his son on the head, laughing.
We're safe.
How did that
Orcs have no
fucking
reason to
kid
come so
get
far
that
north.
accent with those parents? Like, Jesus Christ! How? These are three people from incredibly desperate parts of England who apparently fucking like the mother and the father are from different parts. So they met. Like, I'll buy it's fantasy. It's not like Victorian era. Like, you can marry someone from a different part of England than you. But then you don't live together in a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, and your kid has a third accent? That's mad! Where did they steal this kid from? Like, was he just an urchin and they took it? What the fuck happened to these people? They've lived in a third location that apparently is just a farmhouse. Unless Goodwater is full of brummies, I don't buy any of this. Oh shit, the game's crashed.